then we're going to have to change the law. In fact, I see my friend Senator Durbin here today, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. He said this to me multiple times during the committee. On March the 22nd, he said to me, "I hope we will all agree that we want to do everything in our power to lessen the incidence of pornography and exploitation of children. I want to tell you, Congress doesn't have clean hands. We haven't touched this now for 15, 16, or 17 years. Senator Durbin went on, "We've created a situation because of our inattention and unwillingness to tackle an extremely controversial area in Congress and left it to the judges. I think we have to accept some responsibility." And he went on, "I don't know if you, meaning me, have sponsored a bill to change this. I'll be looking for it. If we're going to tackle it, we should." Well, I agree with that, 100%. I agree we should tackle it. This is the time to tackle it, and I'm here to do that today. I'm proud to sponsor and introduce legislation along with my fellow Senators Mike Lee and Tom Tillis and Rick Scott and Ted Cruz to get tough on child porn offenders. Now, let's be clear. When Congress wrote the child pornography federal sentencing guidelines, and it is Congress that wrote them substantially way back in 2003, when Congress wrote them, they wanted them to be binding. Congress meant for these guidelines to bind federal judges. The Supreme Court struck that part of the guidelines down. Now it's time to put it back into place. My bill would create a new mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years for every child porn offender who possesses pornography. 5 years. If you do this crime, you ought to go to jail. It would make the guidelines binding for any and all facts that are found by a jury or found by a judge in a trial. Restore the law to what Congress intended back in 2003. Take away discretion from judges to be soft on crime and get tough on child sex offenders. That's what this bill would do. Now,
it's no coincidence that the senator from Missouri comes to the floor today while Judge Jackson's nomination is pending on the Senate calendar and has been discharged from our committee by a bipartisan vote of the Senate last night. It's no coincidence that he is raising this issue within hours or days before her confirmation vote. It's one more very transparent attempt to link Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation with this highly emotional issue of federal sentencing when it comes to child pornography or child exploitation. There are some political groups, at least one well-known political group, that manufactures theories about child pornography and pedophilia and the like, and even inspires deadly reactions to them, and they're cheering this on. I've seen their reaction already this morning in the newspaper. They're watching this and hoping that someone can keep this issue alive on the floor of the United States Senate for them. The senator from Missouri has even gone so far as to make the outrageous claim